11 to 7, we subtracted 4 again. So let's see what happens next. So then to get from 7 to 12, we add 5. So now I'm seeing the pattern. So my pattern has to be subtract 4 and then add 5. So as you can see with this, patterns aren't always just one thing. You're not necessarily always multiplying, you're not necessarily always adding. You might have to do some different operations throughout your pattern, but in the end, it is a pattern. So to get my next term, so if my last term is 8, and went from 12 to 8, we would subtract 4, correct? So then the next thing we're going to do is add 5. So 8 plus 5. So our next term in our sequence would be 13. Why are patterns important? Who can tell me something else other than things we already talked about that have patterns in them? Joshua, do you know something else that has a pattern in it other than things we already talked about? No? Melissa? Time? Okay, there are patterns in time. What about other things in your life? What about clothes? Are there patterns in clothes? Yeah, so like Jalil's shirt. He has a stripe pattern in his shirt. So we see patterns all over the place, not just in numbers, not just in crime like we talked about before, but also in other places in our life. Now we're going to go through some problems together. I'm going to need your help. I'm going to put a sequence on the board, and you're just look at it and think about what you think the pattern might be. Just think about it in your head.